Hi everyone, it's Uzma here, the Clarity and Transformational Coach. I've been doing some videos in the last few days, and if you have been following them, you'll know that we talked about the 4 levels of consciousness on the first day, and then we discussed the transformation and how it happens yesterday. Today I wanted to talk about a very subjective matter, something that we can all relate to in various ways, and that is how happiness happens. Wow, what a subject. Who knows what happiness is? So what's happiness for me is obviously not going to be happiness for you necessarily. So I just wanted to kind of talk a bit more about this subject and really delve deep into how do we even know whether we're happy or not? What does that feeling mean, and how do we measure it, and things like that. So let's go right in. So happiness, I personally like to break happiness down into 4 areas. For me to be able to see how I'm feeling in each of these areas, and some kind of measurement, and perhaps if you're good at journaling or writing things down or kind of assessing and analyzing yourself on a regular basis, you'll be able to assess yourself in a much better way if you've broken it down into some kind of a category. So the 4 parts. Part number 1 is happiness by experience. Now, this is a special and unique type of experiences, happiness that created by unique and special experiences, like jumping off a plane with a parachute happiness, or thrilling times and exciting times and being appreciated times, or perhaps getting a breakfast in bed by your spouse unexpectedly times, or when you just sat and you get a hug and a kiss from your child randomly, or you've watched an amazing movie, or you bought the dream car that you wanted. These are like type of the happy moments that really make you feel so joyful and so full of life, and you just love those moments because they've created something so nice and happy. And what that created is that you're obviously releasing happy hormones. You've got dopamine and serotonin being released in your mind, and that's creating a lot of euphoria, and you're feeling very, very happy. So these are happiness by experience. Now, the side note with this kind of happiness is that you can actually fake it. And what I mean by that is you can actually go to the doctor and get a pill which releases those happy hormones also. But the point is it's temporary. And that's not obviously a long-term fix. So it is doable if somebody's down in the dumps, but obviously not recommended. Sort of, it's not a long-term thing. So the happiness by experience is things that happen to you from external sources, and they make you feel really happy because other people are doing something that makes you happy. The area 2 is happiness from growth. Now, this is a very special, my personal favorite type of happiness. And this is the kind of happiness where you've gone into the gym and you're walking back out feeling pumped. You're just feeling great that you've just had a great workout, or you've read an amazing book that you can really relate to and you've taken a lot out from, or you've just given an amazing successful seminar, or you've done something that you feel like wow about. It really is something that's creating a lot of boost in you, something that this is a better type of happiness. And the reason it's a better type of happiness than experiences is because you can measure yourself against your own self. So how you were in the gym 3 weeks ago, you're going to be able to see what you've created in the last 3 weeks, if you've shed any weight, if you've actually gained and toned yourself up, or as you're going into the book more and more, what are you taking from it? Are you actually taking any actions from whatever you're learning? So because you're able to measure it, it's a much more preferred type of happiness. And basically it gives you a lot of boost and confidence because you're growing from it, you're learning from it, and you can implement something, and therefore it's of a lot more of value. our souls are constantly evolving through wisdom, and wisdom comes through growing and evolving. And like we talked about transformation yesterday, and we were talking about how you can have that irreversible shift, and we talked about the two ways. One was through suffering and pain, but the second way was through growth. And this is obviously linked with that kind of transformation where you're learning and you're growing, and you then are able to really build on your confidence and get to a level where you're feeling happy within yourself, because you're getting new insights, you're getting new ideas, and your creative imagination is flowing, and you're giving that vibe to other people. So when you're around other people, they can it kind of rubs off on them, and they feel happy being around you because you are giving that kind of a vibe. And also people can take a lot from you. People are learning from you, or you're learning from people, because you're so much more receptive to growth. So it's a really good way to measure success. Learning and happiness are actually one. They're really tied in together, because you feel a lot of success, and obviously when you're feeling successful, ultimately you're feeling happy. So the third type of happiness is the happiness that comes from meaning, and meaning can mean different things to different people. For a lot of people, it's a contribution to the world, or serving the creation, or being good to other humans, being good to animals, doing whatever it is that you're doing that makes you feel happy that you've actually done your bit and given something back to the society. Human beings are supposed to be together. We're supposed to be one as a humankind, a human nation. Wherever you live, it doesn't matter. I know that we have borders and we have passports and we have all sorts of things, but in actual fact, we're all one, and we all need each other, and that's just the way we've been created. It's like the colony of ants, where they can't survive on their own. They actually need other ants to be able to function, and to be able to live in a functional, proper way. So we're our souls having an experience here on earth, and there are other souls surrounding us. So we can click with some people and perhaps not with others, and that's just our personality. Perhaps sometimes it clashes with people, and other times you meet someone and you instantly think, wow, I feel like I've known this person forever, and you really connect with them. So human beings are supposed to be together and connect with one another. And so the other example is, if you think about the love of a parent for the child, like how difficult is it to bring up children. I talk out of experience. I've got 4 children myself, and it's very tough, especially when they're little and they're wetting the bed, or they're constantly asking for you, or they're crying and they're restless, and you haven't had rest, and you don't dress well, and you're just kind of completely exhausted all the times. But would you ever give that up for anything in the world? Like, would you ever give that away just because you're so tired and you just can't hack it anymore? You wouldn't, right? It's like it gives you that kind of happiness that you wouldn't want to trade with anything else. So this is the kind of happiness that comes from meaning. That's the kind of that meaning that it gives you. The fourth type of happiness is the happiness that comes from spirituality. Now, I know that a lot of people relate spirituality directly to the existence or non-existence of God, and that's not necessarily true. You can be practicing in any religion, or you don't have to have any religion whatsoever. But the fact that you exist and you're having an experience here on this world, there is something about being spiritual, being calm, being looking inwardly, having that insight of kind of disconnecting as well to some extent from the outside noise, and really looking inwards and starting to evolve within yourself, get to know yourself so well that it spiritually uplifts you, and there's some entity somewhere else that you can relate to and you can have a connection with, and that's a really powerful and profound kind of a way to feel happy, because it's like something or someone's got your back. A lot of people say universe, obviously a lot of people say God, and you feel that safety net around you, and you feel like, okay, this is nice. I know that I'm going to be okay because someone out there has me. So these are the 4 types of happinesses that I wanted to talk about. My video's gone on a lot longer than I expected, but just because it's obviously a very big subject, and I wanted to get you guys to think about it as a measurable way, like which kind of happiness do you feel the most, and is it experiences, is it from growth, is it from meaning, is it from spirituality, or is it a combination of which one's higher, which one's lower? Do think about that, and I really hope that these videos are bringing some kind of a value to you, and if they are, please like the videos, feel free to share them, or tag somebody who you think might benefit from these. I'd be more than happy to have a chat with anybody if you think that I could help you and support you in any way. So today that's the subject. Obviously we can go on talking about this a lot more, but I wanted to keep the videos short enough that we can digest what we're talking about. Watch out for the next one, inshallah. There'll be another video again tomorrow, but for now this is it. I hope to see you again soon. Thank you. Bye bye.